Just learn one thing and your dirty thoughts will end. Buddha Deep Story. Hello friends, welcome to Story Hub. Every day the monk would tell Tathagata that I have conquered the mind, now it cannot distract me. Then one day Gautam Buddha said, "Okay, you go to the south to beg for alms, this is your last challenge." Then the next day, the monk said anxiously, "I have made a big mistake, but now I will not go to beg in that direction again." This story begins when the prince of a big state left his royal palace and joined the Buddhist Sangha. In the initial days, the new monks learned to meditate. Along with this, Gautam Buddha would send them to beg for alms so that the ego of the monks is weakened and their behavior becomes polite. After some time of joining the Sangha, the prince also started going to the alms camp. Initially everything was fine, but in a few days, an incident happened, due to which the prince got disturbed and he refused to go to the alms camp. The rule of alms camp was that the monks would beg alms in only 2 houses, and if they did not get alms, they would return to the ashram and drink water. Once the prince monk went out to beg in the city and did not get alms due to misfortune. Initially, the prince monk was disappointed, but in a few moments his mind became calm as if nothing had happened. Today, without any effort, the monk was very happy, and on returning told Gautam Buddha that I did not get alms today, but my mind is at peace and no thought has troubled me. Gautam Buddha understood all the feelings of the monk and said that it is good. Now you go to the palace tomorrow to beg for alms. The monk followed the order and went out to beg for alms the next day. After some time, when the monk passed in front of the palace, he remembered his palace and how he used to live a luxurious life. The monk thought that in the palace there would be delicious food to eat, and there would be many servants to serve and all kinds of pleasures. Thinking this, the monk wished that he should get a good meal today. Then the monk became aware that all these are memories of the past, and I am only seeing them. Due to the revival of old memories, some desires are appearing in the mind. I am also only seeing this. If I keep the desire to fulfill these physical desires, then I will lose this peaceful and awakened state of mind. The monk realized that whenever we take ourselves 2 steps forward, raise the level of consciousness, then the mind plays such games. When we start calming the mind, then the mind tries its best to make us restless. The monk was very happy thinking this, because today he gained a deep understanding and subtle vision about the mind through self-reflection. The monk came to the ashram and told Gautam Buddha everything and said, "Tathagata, today I have gained subtle vision by your grace. The mind wants to entangle us in desires again and again. Seeing the palace, I also remembered the old pleasures, but even today, the thoughts could not touch me." Gautam Buddha said, "It is a good thing. Yesterday I went to the south direction of the city. I want to go there. There is a mansion, and come back after preaching on mind and thoughts." The monk was very happy. Today he was walking fast because he was going to preach, but friends, this time the journey was going to be difficult for the monk. In a short while the monk reached the mansion and called for alms. Hearing the voice, a beautiful girl came out. The monk thought that after seeing the beauty of this girl, no thoughts should come to my mind, because the purpose of my coming here is to preach to her. The girl bowed to the monk and said, "Come first, have some food." The monk had food, and then thought that it would have been better if he had taken some rest before preaching. The monk was thinking all this. Meanwhile, the girl said, "Sir, you have just taken alms. Now take some rest, and then start preaching." On hearing this, the monk became alert about the plan he was making in his mind. This woman was doing all this without telling him. The monk thought that it was a coincidence. People must be resting here after the meal. Then the monk lay down to rest and started thinking that the woman was so intelligent and her beauty was unmatched. If I were a prince, I would have married such a woman. Such thoughts were going on in the monk's mind. Meanwhile, the girl came again and said, "If you were a prince, how would you have preached to me?" "Monk, you had come to preach to me, right?" As soon as she said this, it became clear to the monk that the girl can read his mind. The monk got nervous and asked with folded hands, "Can you read my mind?" The girl said, "Excuse me, my mind has become calm while meditating. That is why I can easily feel the thoughts of others. I can understand their feelings." When the monk heard this, the ground slipped under his feet. Then, without saying anything, the monk immediately started towards the ashram. While walking on the way, the monk's mind was bursting. His restlessness had increased. The monk started cursing himself that why were such thoughts coming in my mind about the girl? What would she have thought about me? If people come to know about this, then people will make fun of the monks and the sangha. What will you think about it? Today, the monk was feeling very ashamed, and he reached the ashram in a short while. When the monk reached in front of Gautam Buddha, Tathagata saw that the glow of his face was gone and both his shoulders were bent. The monk said to Buddha that now I will never go for alms. Tathagata said, "First, sit comfortably, and then tell me why there is so much fatigue in your walk. Why is there a feeling of disgust instead of brightness on your face today?" The monk told everything and said that despite knowing everything, I was thinking about the beauty of the woman and other things. I have completely lost my mind. Now I will never be able to go in that direction. I have insulted the Buddhist Sangha. Gautam Buddha said, "First of all, do not exaggerate the problem. If something bad happens, do not think that everything is over. Do not jump to conclusions without thinking. Secondly, pay attention that you are not using exaggerated words with negative thoughts like, 'I always lose, there is nothing left in life. I have completely lost my mind. No one is with me.' Because by doing this, the mind becomes very emotional and distracted and remains trapped in the cycle of negative thoughts." Prince Bhikshu's mind got solace from Tathagata's words. The monk asked, "Had I conquered my mind? Then why did the mind trouble me?" Gautam Buddha said, "First understand how thoughts are born. First, something happened outside, then the inner mind reacted to that event, due to which a feeling or sensation arose in the body. Then your conscious mind reacted to this sensation or feeling. This last step is called thought." The monk asked, "Where do thoughts get so much power to trouble us?" Gautam Buddha says that we ourselves give this power to thoughts. When you look at thoughts by putting the tag of judgment and right or wrong, then you start reacting to them along with one thought. You also start thinking other thoughts. As long as you judge yourself, the mind will keep dominating you by demeaning you. The monk asked, "Then how will the mind become calm?" Gautam Buddha said, "If there is a thought, then the feeling is also being felt in the body because every thought appears with a feeling. If you are feeling obscene thoughts, then it means that a feeling, i.e., sensations, are also being felt in the body, and then you are thinking or reacting to it. You are thinking about this, and the method to calm the mind is mentioned in this itself. It is difficult to see every thought because the speed of thoughts is very fast, but it is easy to see the feelings or sensations being felt in the body because they remain for a long time. If they are seen without any judgment or right or wrong, then they also disappear. Then the peace behind the mind appears, and in that peace we realize that the mind cannot harm us. How does our inner mind get cured through non-judgment? If we see any person or event or our mind without judgment, then along with the mind, the inner mind automatically starts becoming healthy and peaceful. If you had just seen that the thought towards this woman is only due to the response of my inner mind, and that I am only seeing this, a lot is going on in the mind, but I am conscious of the breath. I am seeing the reaction happening in the body. Even then, you would have become conscious and returned to the observer state. The peace behind the mind is our biggest strength. We can calm the thoughts very easily, and one day we can know that any kind of thought or worry cannot actually cross this peace. We are always untouched by thoughts. Gautam Buddha says that you should remember that the thoughts are from you, not you, from the thoughts. You are always with your thoughts. Be powerful with your thoughts. Be powerful with your fears and worries. Now, for the next 7 days, you will go to the young woman's house to beg for alms, and remember not to judge your thoughts. Good and bad thoughts only knock at your door. Just remember that you are that peace in which everything is manifesting. The next day, the bhikshu walked the entire way awake. He felt a little nervous before going to the woman's house, but the bhikshu remained in the state of a spectator. He just kept watching the thoughts, the feelings arising in the body, the fears, the guilt, everything. When he returned, he was completely calm. Today, he did not even have the ego of having conquered the mind. Today, he had truly transcended the mind. With this, we end this video. Friends, I hope you have learned something good from this story. How did you like this story? Please tell us by commenting in the comment box, and also share this story with your friends so that they can also learn something from this story. And please like, share, and subscribe to our channel, Durga Motivational Story Hub. Then we will meet again with new information in a new story video. Till then, thank you all from the bottom of my heart.